Hey guys, welcome back to the Heal with Grace podcast. If you are watching me on YouTube, you're seeing me in a tank top. It's the sun is shining bright. It's 3 o'clock where I am, and in the winter, that means the sun will start going down. But right now, it is high and it's bright and makes me so happy. Yeah, I'm just chilling and enjoying the warm spring weather. If you know anything about me, you know that I moved to Colorado about a year and a half ago, almost now. And I had my first full winter as a tried and true Texan who's lived in Texas her whole life. And yeah, it wasn't bad, but it was longer than I was really anticipating. So it felt longer. So I'm like so loving the weather right now. It just makes me happy. Does weather change your mood? Totally changes mine. So, anyway, that's where I am. And I'm really excited to talk with you today about the third podcast in our three-part series of healing. And the series is The Missing Pieces of Your Healing. And these are three parts where I find that people don't fully understand it the most, and that I need to clarify over and over and over again, which is not a bad thing. It's just because we don't understand it. So I really want to help you understand these three pieces. And this last, but very much so not least one, is about the subconscious reprogramming that we go through in healing mind and body. And I'm going to tell you exactly what that means. First and foremost, when we talk about mind, body, nervous system healing, a lot of times at the very beginning, you might just think that's like vagus nerve activation practices, some breath work, slowing down, having some better routines and boundaries for yourself. And that is all wonderful, amazing. Keep doing it. Great. If you're in the beginning in your journey and you're doing all of that, fantastic. Keep doing it. But it's not the only way you're going to help yourself heal. So, what's really going on underneath the nervous system is a lot of some subconscious belief systems. And today we're going to dive into what people don't often talk about when it comes to this, and it might just be a total game changer. It's truly how the subconscious mind shapes your body's healing. If you've ever thought, like, I know what to do, so why can't I just do it? Or why do I keep looping in the same emotional patterns? Or why does my body freak out even when I know, like consciously, you might know that you're safe and okay, but why the hell is your body sending you all these signals of danger and symptoms? If you have felt this way or thought these things at any point, this episode is 1000% for you and is going to hit home because we're going deeper into the patterns beneath your patterns. And yes, we're talking about subconscious reprogramming. So it's not necessarily hypnosis. Like, that's not required. That's not what I'm talking about. Although, if that floats your boat, fantastic, go for it. It's like somewhat in the same realm, but I am not a hypnosis expert. That's not what I'm talking about. I've just had a few people ask me that question before. So I just want to put it out there. First and foremost, okay, let's get real for a second. Most of what's driving your thoughts, your reactions, your symptoms is not coming from a conscious level. So we can't change it on a conscious level. Only about 10% of your mind, of your consciousness is conscious. The rest is unconscious and subconscious. And so much of what we do in our healing is bringing more of that subconscious to the conscious. But we still need to operate in that lower level of the unconscious. I've said that so many times in a 1 minute span, but we have to operate there in order to actually heal. So, what is the subconscious? All right. So, your subconscious is basically like your body's operating system. It's running scripts from childhood, trauma, belief systems, cultural conditioning, even if your conscious mind knows better. Here's an example. You might know that rest is healing for your body. But if your subconscious believes that rest equals safety, rest equals lazy, which equals unsafe, which equals failure, then your body will literally fight you every time you try to slow down. So if you've been stuck in patterns like pushing through pain or fatigue or spiraling into shame during a flare or feeling unsafe or unworthy in your body, or feeling like you're totally out of control and you don't know what to do anymore, even though you've been trying all the things, it's not because you're broken. It's because your subconscious is still running old patterns. So, what exactly do I mean by subconscious reprogramming? What I mean is that think about it as like we're kind of updating the software of your nervous system that it runs on. It's not about positive affirmations alone. That's not going to help you because that's coming from a conscious level. It's about creating safety on a bone, soul deep level within your nervous system, within your subconscious, so that your system can be actually open to change. It's about identifying the hidden beliefs driving your patterns. Kind of like the ones that say, I don't deserve to feel good, or I'm only lovable if I'm achievable, or if I'm achieving. Those are the kind of beliefs that truly drive so much of your life, to be honest, your symptoms, and gently rewiring them through somatic tools, repetition, and experiential healing is so much more about what all of this is about. It's powerful, it's science backed, and it's something so few people are doing on their healing journeys because they're stuck chasing symptoms instead of looking under the hood. And so let me share with you a little bit about what this actually looks like. A lot of it looks like meditation. A lot of it looks like going internal, closing your eyes, sitting with, first of all, sitting with what's present. That might be some old emotions, present emotions, frustration, anger, trauma, whatever it is, and helping your body, literally your body, shift into a different state of being. Because when we're in the state of being of a stressed out nervous system, we're in low frequency and we can't heal from that state. We can't heal from a stuck nervous system. We need to heal from a different, literally state of being within your body. Here's the part, and this is the part that most people miss, where also I think a lot of healing approaches fall short. It's not enough to change your thoughts. It's not enough to just change your beliefs. To truly heal, you have to change your state of being. And this is what many different people talk about, specifically Dr. Joe Dispenza. If you don't know who he is, he's a pioneer in this. So he actually healed himself using subconscious reprogramming in different states of being from he was in a bike accident and was told that he was going to be paralyzed from, I believe it was mid back down or waist down, and he checked himself out of the hospital and started reprogramming, meditating time after time. And I think it was, I don't remember exactly how long, but months of this, and now he's completely fine today. And so he teaches this. And his whole thing is you can't create a new future from the same state of being, right? Exactly what I've been talking about. This was a huge light bulb moment for me. Like I've always known this. I even read his book like years ago, to be honest, but it didn't click. And I don't think I was ready for it. I needed to stay in the level of like, retraining my brain a little bit and doing some things that kind of kept me at a stable state. I was stable for a long time. And this is where a lot of people stay, which is totally fine. Like I was okay. I was fine. I wasn't in bed. I wasn't having symptoms all the time, but still like not totally safe and not totally symptom free. And I'm not saying that's what I'm trying to get to, but I just always, there's something a little deeper. And here's the thing. A lot of us are trying to heal from a place of fear, urgency, control, shame. We're stuck in the same emotional and chemical cocktail where we're in when the symptoms started. The body is living in survival, even when we're doing all the right things. So you might be doing like I was doing yoga, I was taking supplements, I was meditating, and I was brain training, and I was regulating my nervous system and like doing pretty good somewhat. But then I would definitely have these moments or times of like, whew, like life would take over and my body would react. And I think part of that was because my internal state was still fear-based at a certain level. Like my body was still getting the message that I'm not safe. And when the body doesn't feel safe, it won't shift. So instead, what I'm, teaching here and helping you understand is that we learn, if we can learn how to enter new states of being, we practice becoming the version of ourselves who feels safe, worthy, peaceful, resourced, even before the symptoms are gone. And it does not mean faking it. which might sound kind of weird, like obviously, right? But I get it. When you're in a high symptom state and you're brain foggy, you're fatigued, you're in pain, it's hard to feel safe. It's hard to feel something different than what your body's screaming at you. But this is where the work is. When you can anchor in on a cellular level and start to shift that from a heart-centered place, your body will follow, your symptoms will follow, your brain will follow. You start building emotional capacity so you can sit with the hard stuff without collapsing. You start feeling what it's actually like to feel to be healed and living from that place now. It's because your nervous system doesn't respond to goals, it responds to cues of safety. And that safety comes from your state of being. This is why I'm really now passionate about this whole new level of healing, because this is why I've been able to do some things I never really thought I could do, where I crash for a day and I change my state of being to be fine the next day. Then, furthermore, I don't actually have those crashes anymore because I'm truly changing my state of being out of that crash. And this is exactly what I talk about. This is exactly why I created the mind body healing method, because we don't just talk about the concepts. I don't just teach you, although I love teaching. Obviously, I have a podcast. I'm talking to you. I'm pretty comfortable in this state. But the practice is actually what shifts. The experiences of sitting with yourself, with your eyes closed in your internal state, feeling the feelings that have been hard to be felt and learning how to accept them and shift into a new state of heart-centered love and compassionate state of being. This is the practice. This is the soul, the sauce, if you will. So yeah, it's not just if I think I'm healing, I'm thinking it, I'm changing my brain state, I'm using positive affirmations. It's not just that. It's I feel different, I am different, and my body is responding. I'm going to say that again because that's exactly, this is powerful. Subconscious reprogramming is not just about the subconscious, the mind. It's about your whole body. So you're reprogramming your body into a place of I feel different. I feel expansive. I feel safe. I am love. I am different. My body is responding from this place. Yeah. And sometimes stuff comes up when we do this work, right? Sometimes tears come up, rage, old stories, memories, resistance, joy, love, anything like that. And this is all normal. This is healing. Because when you shift the subconscious, the body starts to feel safe enough to feel again. That's why emotional safety is also non-negotiable, and why I built it into every layer of the mind body healing method. Because you need a space where your nervous system feels supported enough to let go of old survival strategies. Let me tell you, I highlighted this a little bit earlier, but I want to tell you the moment I realized what healing actually is. Because there was a time where I was doing everything right, the protocols, the diet, the breath work, the supplements. And yes, the symptoms started to shift a little bit, definitely got me to a place of like, okay, all right, I'm doing this. I'm okay. But flare-ups definitely still happened a lot. The tightness in my chest that felt like it would never leave, the fear when symptoms would come on, like, oh my gosh, intense fear of what am I doing wrong? Why can't I heal? Why am I like not better? How am I supposed to teach and help people if I'm not better? All that. And I kept thinking, like, what am I missing? Why isn't this working? And one day, instead of trying to fight the symptom or push it away, I got curious. I dropped into my body, I softened, I started listening to states of being meditation that helped me create new states of being, new thoughts, and new emotions. And I started doing this daily to help create safety inside of me instead of chasing it outside. And I started to change. I started to shift from fear and overwhelm and intense shutdown. My nervous system response is shut down, by the way, like it takes me out. And instead, I'm teaching my body, you don't need to shut down. I'm okay. I can shift. I can stay in this new frequency. I moved from fear to trust, from urgency to presence, from self-blame to compassion. Ooh, that is a big one. And my body responded. It is still responding. It's a process. It's an ever-evolving process. I am in no way, shape, or form perfect or completely healed, but I feel this like power within me. Not because I found some magic supplement or magic protocol, but because I finally stopped sending it the signal that something was wrong. And that's when it clicked, is that healing isn't about controlling your body. It's about changing the internal state your body is responding to. And that kind of healing, it's sustainable. It doesn't come from force. It comes from safety, from a regulated nervous system safety place, a soul level sense of trust. From reprogramming the beliefs that keep you stuck in survival. And when you shift your state, you shift your symptoms. And furthermore, you actually get to shift your life. I'm working on changing things in my life that I never thought were possible because I can do it from this new state of being. Your body finally feels like it's safe enough to heal. So, what does that actually look like when I'm talking about all this? It looks like less resistance, more heart centered space, more rest, more peace in your body, even if symptoms do pop up. It means recognizing your spirals as old programming, not truth. And it means taking aligned action without pushing or burning out. It means feeling your emotions without drowning in them. It means being able to wake up from a state of presence and love instead of a state of fear or, oh my gosh, what's going to happen today? What symptom am I going to have? What am I going to be able to, you know, It takes you out of the fear response, the worry response of worrying so much about what's going to happen to your body or what kind of symptoms are going to pop up, into a state of trust in your body. Basically, it looks like becoming your own best healer, not your worst critic. And that is the foundation of lasting mind body healing. So if you're listening to this or watching me, hi, and thinking, all right, I've never really gone there before, but it makes so much sense. Or you're like, curious. Sounds cool, but also that sounds so far from what's possible. Totally hear you. I get that. Believe me, I was there for a long time. Either way, you're in the right spot. And this is your invitation. So if you've been listening, you know that I've totally been revamping the mind body healing method to really include a lot of this, to be honest. I will tell you, like the first round didn't have as much of this in there. This second round has a lot more of shifting our belief systems, shifting our state of being, and using that to regulate our nervous system. And so in the mind body healing method, new updated 2.0 isn't just about symptom relief. It's about real, lasting change at the root. And in here, I teach you how to become aware of your nervous system, how to become aware of what's stopping you from truly being in a state of healing, teach you some skills to find safety in your body, help you get out of the patterns of fear, out of the constant struggle that you might have on a day-to-day basis with your anxiety, with your pain, with your symptoms. Work with your body instead of against it, and heal some of the worst things that cause you constant anxiety on a day-to-day basis in a way that's sustainable, not stressful. All of my tools are anywhere from science-backed to trauma-informed and truly rooted in self-compassion. And it's helped so many people, including myself, break free from the chronic fatigue, pain, migraines, icy, gut issues, food sensitivities, and all, just to name a few, and the intense shame loops they thought they were stuck in forever. So if this sounds interesting to you, I would love to have you. Go ahead and sign up via the link below, and there's all the information there. If you have any questions at all, please DM me on Instagram or email me, and I'm happy to talk about whether this is right for you and kind of talk through, any hesitations or questions that you may have. I'm totally here. So if it feels right, I hope that you join. Healing isn't about fixing yourself. It's about freeing yourself from the beliefs, patterns, and programs that were never yours to carry in the first place. Your body wants to heal. Your mind just needs the right support. So I hope this has resonated with you. Thank you for being here. Truly, thank you, thank you, thank you. this podcast would not be able to keep running if you weren't here to support. So thank you for letting me help you and for being curious and for being brave enough to ask what else is possible. I hope this series gave you the missing pieces you've been searching for. And if you're ready to rewire, to reconnect, and to rise, I'd be honored to walk the path with you. So, you are not broken, you're becoming whole. And remember, this is a place that you can find safety. So, I hope this helps. Keep reminding yourself, give yourself compassion, keep healing with grace, and I will see you next week.